Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. And thank you again everyone who's been watching and subscribing and sharing and commenting and booking readings. I'm very grateful to everyone. Thank you for helping my channel to grow. Everyone who's been with me from the beginning and even the newcomers. I can't put annotations in. They took that away on YouTube, you know, where you would see things on the screen, and maybe some of you are glad, but I really am grateful to everyone. Thank you so much for subscribing and welcome new subscribers to my channel. This is the Scorpio full moon video that I'm doing, and that's going to be for May 10th. 2017. Now, Scorpio is a water sign. It is the polar opposite of Taurus, and the sun is in Taurus. So we have the sun in Taurus, the moon will be in Scorpio, but the full moon brings things to light. Now, if you have your own natal chart, you could see where does the full moon in Scorpio fall in your chart, and that area, that house, will probably be where you're affected by this full moon. Things are brought to light on a full moon. They're opposition of like ego and feelings here. And it's also with Scorpio, it's life, death, and rebirth. It's endings and beginnings. It goes endings and beginnings. So for some of you, there will be a lot of transition. And that's what Scorpio is. It's like the alchemist. It's transformational energy. And it is also transcendence, you know, where the Scorpio starts as the scorpion on the ground and the lowest vibration of the scorpion nature. But with Scorpio, there are 3 levels. It's not just the Scorpio as the glyph like other signs have. Scorpio, when they evolve, because they are about transmutation of energy throughout their lifetime, and even for you, wherever it is in your solar chart, your natal chart, then when you evolve, you become the eagle. The eagle rises above the earthly plane. It's between matter and spirit. But it rises above and it sees things more clearly. That is a transformation of energy, a transition. When fully evolved, in the scorpion energy, we become the phoenix, which is that bird which is considered a mythical, a folklore, that it just dissolves into a flame of fire and ashes, and from those ashes evolves a new life, the phoenix. So this is the energy that's going on, and I used the Fairy Oracle card, the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, for this reading. And I was only going to pull a couple of cards, but I kept feeling pulled to pull another card. And we did get some new cards and some cards we've had in the past couple of years. Now, I'm going to start off with, this card came up first, mother and daughter. Now, I don't know if they do it in all of the world, but in the United States, Mother's Day is in May, and I believe it's the 14th this year. So this card was interesting to come up with mother and daughter. It says mothering, teaching, sharing, knowledge, nurturing, and self-worth. Number 41. And we do see a fairy mother and their child. It's the daughter in this card. For many of us, this card is talking to us about contact with our mothers, whether here or in spirit, sending out love and connections. You can still connect to a mother or mother figure even if they are not in matter, in third dimensional reality, if they are in spirit, by speaking to them, talking to them in prayer, when you sit calmly and meditate, when you're driving to work or on the bus or train, you could just think of them and you can get signs from them and connections to them. This world does not end our connection in the other world. And I know a lot of people either don't like that or heebie-jeebie about it. Some people embrace it. It gives them the help, guidance, and peace that they need. Whatever it is, this is about connecting with mother and daughter, or that energy of one who would be the mentor, teacher, guide to you, because not everybody has the ideal mother relationship, and I get it. And then one would be the student, okay, the person who is channeling the information. So for many of us, with this full moon in Scorpio, it is that energy, if we put this in a general reading, of taking information from the past, the old, what was, or even what is, but doesn't resonate with you because there's dissonance. Whatever you've learned from the older figures in your life, this is about assimilating what you do resonate to and releasing what is dissonant with you and letting it go. Your mentoring, your teaching, your learning, your spiritual growth, your knowledge, your leadership, all the things that you have gained from someone who is like a mother figure to you. That could be someone who is the nurturer, caregiver, or loving, protective person in your life. Doesn't have to be a female. There are many stay-at-home dads or, you know, the Mr. Moms, okay? And just like very many moms are also the dad in their family. So with this energy, it is about nurturing and caring for yourself, one, with all the things you've learned and nurtured from your mother or mother figure to love yourself or loving others. And also the things that don't resonate with you that you can release and heal from. Maybe you have pain from that experience. You didn't have that in your home life and you wish you had that. Okay, this card is talking about all of these qualities that you can transmute right now with this full moon. Things may be coming to light, you know, about information you assimilated from your mother or that mother figure, or releasing, transcending, transmuting that energy that no longer serves your higher purpose. But always release it with love. This is a beautiful, loving energy here. And I know we don't all have a loving memory of that person who was the nurturer or caregiver or mother figure maybe in our life. You know, this could even be nuns at school that beat you or hit you. Anyone who was at work or in school, anyone who was an older female that you learned a lot from of who you wanted to be and who you didn't want to be as a person. They were there, believe it or not, as the impetus of change for you in your life. Give thanks to them, especially with this Mother's Day coming, and release that energy with light and love to them, being grateful for whatever purpose they had in your life, whether it was something that you cared to keep with you or not. It gave you the option and the choices to learn and have knowledge, and you can pass that on to other generations as well. Even if you don't have your own children, you have people that you work with in life. As you get older in life, there are people younger than you. Even if they're not your children, you're kind of like a mother figure to them or father figure because you're teaching them and giving them knowledge. Then we have Child of the Moon, which is a great card to have with our full moon in Scorpio. It's about forgiveness, transcending the ego. Very interesting, and we have the 3 and 6 here. We had the 369 code that just passed this week too. Very powerful combination of numbers. We do have our full moon. Hello, Spirit is right on this with us. Child of the Moon. Forgiveness. Again, we're reflecting back to this. With transformation and with Scorpio, it is about endings and beginnings. It is about life, death, and rebirth. So for a lot of you, there will be things coming to light with you that you are going to be forgiving and releasing things in your life. Whether it's a person, place, or thing, could be drugs and addictions that you're transcending and transmuting. You know, if you're a sex addict, or if you have problems with pills or money and buying and spending or gambling. Even with people, abuse. These are things that are coming to light for you. I do like all the pinks in here, even though they're very deep here. We do have an energy with pink would be for your heart chakra, for healing things. And here she's between, again, matter and spirit, and she's reaching up to this full moon, as if to say, I'm taking in the healing, the forgiveness, the wounds, transcending them. And the full moon is about your emotions. Scorpio is water, it is emotions, and it's the second of the mystical houses. And that does include the psyche, psychology, hidden secrets, the occult, you know, hidden things. Okay, but this full moon is going to bring it to life. So for many of you, there will be something coming to light for you. And you will be able to look at this and work on it for release. Not everyone is going to say, oh yeah, the full moon came, I found this out, yeah, I'm healed. No, I'm not saying that, but it's the beginning. It's the impetus, like we were talking with this card. Change is coming for you. Transformation is coming. And with this full moon cycle, look back and see what happened from the last full moon in Scorpio last year to this one. What has transcended in you? What is transmuted in you? Where have you changed? Be grateful for your growth and involvement. Who has entered your life? Who has left your life? Who was from the past that came into your life and maybe again has exited your life? Or you have a healed relationship and new beginning with. Okay, because we are all, in a way, a child of the moon, because the moon is right in our solar plane, and we feel her energy all the time pulling at us. Many people feel the pull of the moon 3 to 4 days prior and after. I had worked in the medical field for years, and boy, we could always tell more suicides, more depression, all of the emotions, or giving birth happen more during the cycle on the moons, even on new moons. Many people can't sleep, feel crushing pains in their body, and with the full moon, they feel more of a release and they feel more deeply connected to their emotions. So rise above that. Hold on to what's coming to you. Welcome it in. Welcome the healing. Let the full moon bring that healing. Let it bring all the resolve to you, or at least the information, the clarity for you to work through this transitional phase, to go through your own healing. Because secrets will be revealed, especially with Scorpio. Then we have the Gossamer Princess. This is about communication, relationships, and work to be done. Again, we have a card. We're definitely talking about things being released with this full moon. We really are. There's going to be a lot of things you're letting go of in this full moon cycle. And if you go with a small cycle, it's 28 days. But it could be, if you really want to look at it, from this full moon to the next full moon next year in 2018. This Gossamer Princess, she sits on her web, and even her wings are very frail and delicate. She has the starry skies around her. Again, we have these pinks. Whereas this was more clouded and dark with emotion, this is a lighter feeling here. And it's about communication. Now, we know in order to heal, we have to talk about things. And a lot of people hate to talk. They'll go to therapists and just sit there, go in a group and not talk. Sometimes it's easy even just to talk out loud all by yourself in the house, because just saying it gets that energy out, and breathe it out. Like inhale in, and as you're saying these things, push the words out with breath, that you're releasing that energy from you that's negative. Because this card is saying, tend to the web of communication. You know, like we have the internet, right? And that's social media. That is a way for the entire world to be connected, all right? But you have to tend to the web. You don't always have to get the best information on the internet, and some of it is lies. You know, you have to tend to it. You have to seek it out. Well, let's look at it in your life. There's some communications that need to be had with yourself, because this isn't Taurus. It is about the physical body, matter, self. And with Scorpio, it's more of a spiritual sense. So it is about healing the physical body and the physical relationships around you. And this can also mean for places and things. If you've wounded the earth, the woodlands, the forests, the seas, the air, and you want to heal and ask for forgiveness, not everybody will resonate to this. They think it's poo-poo. That's okay. But many of us do love our planet in a way that we feel connected to her. And barometric pressure changes, I feel it through my body, through either sinus pain and pressure, pain in the joints of my body. Could tell when it's going to rain or if it was going to snow. You know, these are things that when we are connected fully and awake and aware, we sense these things. You could send out prayers also to our beautiful Mother Earth and Father Sky. Ask forgiveness for the people who are abusing and destroying her, as are we in many ways. And send her love. But it's about tending to your web, as the spider does, right? Her spider web lasts through snow, storm, hail, sleet, all of the earth's elemental rages and cycles. And she runs out every day and she tends to that web and she fixes it, right? And she makes it stronger. She repairs it. It's the same thing with you right now. This is about you mending the web within inside yourself, your own neural network, okay? Starting with self always. When healing self, you say, well, if she would only change, it would be better. The change starts with you. It starts with me. Our energy will change, and then that person will either be vibrating on the same frequency as us, vibrating lower and moving out of our life, or vibrating higher and we want to resonate too. It's all about your own frequency where you want to dial into. So tend to your web, forgiving yourself. We have the butterflies. We know we have freedom and new beginnings here, all right? So with this full moon cycle between now and next year, how about working on better communication with self and others, speaking how you feel about your relationship with these people, places, or thing. Put the work in it that needs to be done to transcend and transmute that energy, and transmute it from something negative to something beautiful. Again, we get Merlin. This is the third time we've gotten Merlin. And in the years I've had this deck, I never would get it. So we know whatever's happening planetarily, especially if it's larger outer planets that are in retrograde, perhaps that's why Merlin is here. Because he was that shapeshifter, that trickster, that master magi. That's very Scorpion. From the Scorpio to the eagle to the phoenix. Magical powers, but they could maybe be scientifically explained, or they're spiritual godlike things. This Merlin energy, now he is a bird, so he speaks. He says the words, he chants the things. It's like prayer, monks who pray. Even beautiful music from the Gregorian chant, the way it's spoken in those resonant tones and harmonics. It's healing that comes out. So we know with the Merlin energy, and this is a master number 33, this is about guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways. Going back to this, see, in the opposition, just like Taurus and Scorpio are opposing each other on the zodiac wheel, but not opposing energies, they opposites attract. This is about learning, teaching, being a student, mentor, guide, like in a mothering, loving, nurturing way. And then we have like a father figure, the loving, nurturing way, but the old ways. So keeping in tune with the old ways in that tradition, okay, and all that it is that created where we are now, and speaking of the story and passing it on and the knowledge and your own experience, and how you magically transcended from that person you once were to the person you are now. And it's an evolution, right? I am a work in progress. We all are, as long as we're putting the work in. And I mean the work where we are healing ourselves so that there's no more healing to be done, that all we are doing is manifesting in matter, in form, the things that we wish for to make this place and our stay here the best for us. Well, this is a very nice energy. Last week we had some rough cards in our reading, but you know we have to take the bumps and the good stuff too and mix them together. It makes life interesting. But remember, this is a water sign, so when you give your thanks and blessings out under the full moon or at the time of the full moon or even after it, you can always give thanks and praise to God, Source, Spirit, the elementals, the fairies, the earth, the sky, yourself, the people you love in your life here and in spirit, with your emotions, okay? So even being by water, sipping a glass of wine, offering it as thanks and praise like they do in communion in many religions, something to show your emotional gratitude for the things that you have and love in your life. As always, I wish you the best.